Hi, I'm Miss Elizabeth and welcome to Teen Craft Corner. So today we're actually going to make Pom Pom bookmarks. These are really easy and fun to make. You can make them in all kinds of different colors. It just has pom pom and your string of yarn that acts like your bookmark. So it's really easy to make. So I'm going to show you guys how to do this. So let's get started. Okay, so to get started, what you need is 9 to 10 inch piece of yarn cut. I did mine closer to 10 just so that I have enough to make the knot when it comes time to do that, you'll see. And then we have a 15-inch piece of yarn, and this is going to be like the tail of your bookmark. So it's going to come down from the puff ball, and this is what's going to make the part that goes in your book. Now you want to make sure that when you cut your yarn, you don't pull it really tight when you measure it, because then it pulls back together. It will be shorter than it needs to be. So just hold it loosely when you cut it and do that measuring. Okay, so the next step is that we have to take our yarn and we have to wrap it around these 3 fingers 90 times. So we're gonna do that. You wanna make it snug, but not too tight. All right, so I'm gonna cut that. There. All right, so then what you're gonna do is you're gonna carefully slide it off of your fingers like that. So you've got this ball of yarn. There's my center right there. And we're gonna lay it down on this 10-inch piece of yarn. All right, so we're gonna tie this over, it's hard to see, but we're gonna tie the center of the loop with that 10-inch piece of yarn. Oops. I'm gonna tie that right over the center. Make it snug so it holds. And we'll make a knot. Try to make it even, but it doesn't have to be perfect. All right. All right, so now what you've got is you've got this piece of yarn that's tied around the center of your loop there. And what you're gonna do is you're gonna cut both sides of the loop. So you have that arch there on either side. So you're gonna take your scissors and put it through little sections at a time and cut that. So find anywhere where the yarn is looped and you'll just cut it. Get down in there because there's some shorter pieces and some longer pieces. I'm gonna try to get all the loops. Do the other side. Cut those. All right, so I think I got it all. Got it. And then this is the fun part where you get to make a mess. You're just gonna cut the ends of this yarn. That's all you do. Cut the yarn until it gets short enough to spread out and make a nice little puff. So you'll do that on each side of your cut. And you just keep cutting until you get to a place that looks good. Kind of round it if you can. That way you get a ball. Some pieces shorter, some pieces longer up in the middle. All right, so I'm kind of getting that shape. And so I can fluff it out. I got one side a little bit shorter than the other. And I can keep working on that. I'm gonna cut that string there that's tying my center together. And then I'm just gonna keep going. Just keep cutting until you get a nice puffball shape. And you just keep fluffing it until you can kind of hide that bit in the middle. And then you'll take your 15-inch piece of yarn and you're just gonna tie that around your, you'll just loop it underneath that center string. So that 10-inch piece of yarn we had that we tied. Is that my long one? Yeah. So we're just gonna make a little knot. Tie it underneath there to hold on, loop it through, make our knot. Got some extra long pieces. And then that's your bookmark. It goes right in your book. How cool is that? So you can make bunches of these really quick, really easy. And I'm gonna probably work on mine some more after this just to make it a little more round and perfect looking. Yay! I'll see you guys next time for our next Teen Craft Corner. Get ready with your yarn.